What's up, guys? It's Blake here. Blake_201 from Instagram and now YouTube. First off, I wanted to thank you guys for watching my first ever YouTube video, 10,000 calories in a single meal challenge. It got over 6,000 views in the first week. I was very overwhelmed by that. Thank you to everyone who watched it. If you didn't, please check it out. In that video, I gave a brief introduction about myself, but I kept it brief because that video was really about the challenge. I want to go more in depth about who I am, what my thought process is like, what my training and nutrition are like. I want to go more in depth so you can know what to expect from this channel. The information I'm going to be giving you is going to be what really gets you results. I'm going to be focusing on the stuff that gets you like 98% of the results. I'm not going to get really technical with the little stuff that gets you that extra 2% because I personally don't get really technical with the stuff that gets you the extra 2% because the way I feel is I never see the results. You'll rack your brain and drive yourself crazy for the extra 2%, and you may or may not see any results. To me, personally, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm the type of person who likes to go out on weekends, have drinks with friends, have a good time, pig out at the end of the night, enjoy life. I'm not the type of person who's sitting at home on a Friday night like worried about like losing my gains. Don't want to lose my gains. Don't lose my gains. I don't freak out. It's just not my thing. Rather enjoy life a little bit more and sacrifice that 2%, which I'll never see the difference. Like I said, I'm not going to get super technical. I'm not going to start quoting studies all the time. Be like, according to this study, this, according to that study, that. I'm going to leave that stuff out of it and stick with the straightforward stuff. I know there's always going to be people who are going to get technical and be like, technically a calorie isn't a calorie because the thermic effect of protein is higher than the thermic effect of carbs and fats and blah, blah. It's like, dude, get out of here. I mean, first of all, if you know anything about the thermic effect of food and you take different macro breakdowns on a 2,000 calorie diet and do all different math equations, you'll probably come to the conclusion that the error in calories counting in and out are probably greater. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. These are little things that you would have to friggin' be so diligent and you probably still wouldn't know if it made any friggin' difference at all. So forget that stuff on this channel. As far as my training, right now, currently, I'm mainly into calisthenics, fixed gear cycling, and martial arts. I'll take you back. I've been training about 3.5 years. It started off with weight training and a bicycle. At the beginning of my journey, I guess, I lost 60 pounds. I lost 60 pounds in the first year and a half with some ups and downs in between. Started off with a bicycle and weight training. Now, I didn't lose 60 pounds because of cycling and weight training. I lost 60 pounds because I was counting calories and later macros and micros. Please know the difference between correlation and causation. Like people will be like, well, chicken and broccoli makes me lose weight. Like eating chicken and broccoli makes me lose weight. And it's like, no. Consuming less calories than you expend makes you lose body weight, and maybe you cut some carbs as well and made you shed some quick water weight. But that's the causation. There's a correlation between what you eat and the weight loss. There's a correlation between me cycling and weight training and me losing weight. Those were tools I used to help burn more calories, but I lost the weight because I was diligent with calorie and later macro counting. Now, as far as like my training now, calisthenics, martial arts, fixed gear cycling, I train the full body. I don't obsess over the full body. I kind of got into calisthenics about a year ago and kind of got bored of weight training at the same time I was getting into calisthenics. It's now mid-August. I've been to the gym maybe twice since May. I've been training outdoors every day, training on a jungle gym, on picnic tables, doing all types of crazy shit. Basically, I'll ride my bike to the park. I do the bike path in the park, and I stop along the way and just do some fun stuff. Stuff I really enjoy. That's what really like keeps me training, keeps me wanting to go train. Is like, I wonder if I could do this. I wonder if I could do that. Like I want to learn some new move, or to jump higher, or do this trick, or or do this type of new handstand or whatever it might be. Like that's the stuff that really keeps me like in the game and wanting to train. Just fun, intense training and stuff where I could like really express myself personally. There's nothing wrong with weight training. I'll probably be weight training again. I'll be back in the gym soon when it starts to get dark out early. Maybe I'll just be doing calisthenics in the gym like I was when I left, or maybe I'll be like, oh wow, I really miss weight training and just start weight training every day. Who knows? I really don't know, but I'm just telling you what I'm currently doing now. I realize there are faster and more efficient ways to build a better body than what I'm doing, but the body is not the only reason why I train. It's a part of it, but there's a lot of other reasons which I just went over, which are more important to me. I still want to make body composition progress along the way. I'm just not in a race to not have fun and enjoy training as much to build a better body faster. And like I said, I think I just mentioned, I do train the full body. And if a body part's really seriously lacking, I'll train it. I'll train it to bring it up. But if it's not something that's crazy obvious to me, then it's something I'm not even worried about. Intermittent fasting, my nutrition. If you've come here from Instagram, if you watch my 10,000 calorie one meal challenge, you would have seen that, or definitely know that I'm intermittent fasting. I've been intermittent fasting for almost 3 years next month, and doing one meal a day for about 2 years next month. One meal a day being I take in all my macros and micros, all my calories, all my nutrients in one single meal, single sitting on average. So, I mean, it's not uncommon for me to eat a giant tray of food. Like, my average meals are probably around 4,000 calories. They go up and down. I eat based on some different things, but my energy expenditure's been a little above 4,000 calories. I've been taking in about 4,000 calories on average. So it's not uncommon for me to finish over 10 pounds of food and liquid in a single sitting. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about intermittent fasting and flexible dieting in general. So I will be doing some videos on those things. I'll get more into those things in some other videos. What else? The stuff that I'm going to be talking about. I may mention some stuff from some experts or so-called experts on fitness and nutrition, things I agree with, things I disagree with. And there might be one person where I agree with a lot of things and disagree with a lot of things. I may mention those things, but I'm mainly going to be talking about my personal testing and my personal results. I have over 1,100 and I want to say over 1,150 consecutive days of food logs in my FitnessPal. I think that's my streak is higher than that, I believe. If you want to look at my meal logs or my meal diary, I'll put my FitnessPal blog link below here. You could go through my blog and also find my diary through there if you want to take a look at what I'm getting in. That doesn't mean that's what you should be taking in. It just means if you want to take a look, you can do that. What else? I realize there are some variables. I mean, I'm just one person. There are variables like age, weight, gender, all different types of things. So some of the things I'll be talking about will apply to everyone, and some of the things might not apply to everyone. If, like, for instance, if you're a female watching a future video and you don't know if something applies to you because we're different genders, just please ask, and I'll try to answer the question to the best of my ability. If I don't know something, I'll tell you, I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm not above telling you that I don't know something. I'm very honest and straightforward. What else? In regards to intermittent fasting, let's be open-minded here. First of all, I'm not telling you should do intermittent fasting. I don't push intermittent fasting on anyone. I don't push anything on anyone. I just do what I do, and if you want to see what I do or you want to ask questions about what I do, I'm happy to answer them. But I think everyone should do whatever makes them happy in life or whatever they think will make them happy in life. So first of all, this isn't the intermittent fasting channel. This isn't me telling you should be doing this. No. Again, you should be doing whatever you want in life. Please do that. But when it comes to things I'm talking about, when you're listening to me, please be open-minded. when people hear that I'm intermittent fasting, again, because I don't tell anybody that I'm intermittent fasting, but my friends might tell people, or my Instagram, I have over 10,000 followers. People find out that I'm intermittent fasting, and they start asking me questions, and I'm like, oh, here we go. And I'm happy to answer questions for anyone who's genuinely interested, but 9 out of 10 times it's like, oh no, that wouldn't work for me. No, that's not how things work. Or oh, I could never do that. I could never do that. No, I would be hungry all the time. First of all, no shit. That half the reason I do intermittent fasting is to never get hungry again. When I was eating small meals spread out throughout the day, I was hungry all the time. I'm always watching the clock. I'm miserable. I'm like, oh, another hour and a half till I eat. If I went too long, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna lose my gains. I'd be freaking out. Anyway, I haven't been hungry in years. I don't get hungry. When I eat, it's just a big, enjoyable plate of fun. It's not, I'm starving, I need to eat, I'm weak, or any of that stuff. Sometimes I'll skip a day just because it's inconvenient for me to eat, and I'll go in for maybe 8,000 calories the next day just to eat back what I burned in the last 2 days. I do all different types of things, but I count and I manage everything the entire time, and I believe I've done a pretty damn good job in the time I've been doing this. So like I said, please be open-minded when I'm talking about anything, or when anybody's talking about anything. Don't just say this wouldn't work for you, or you can't do this. If you're ever going to try anything in life, give it a real shot. I I thought intermittent fasting was complete bullshit. Like, me too. I thought it was bullshit. I'm like, there's no way this works. These guys are on steroids. You can't just go all day without eating, and you go catabolic, you lose all your muscle, and then when you eat, you'll get fat. I thought it was bullshit. I put it aside, and I came back to it like 6 to 8 months later, and when I was miserable with what I was doing and watching the clock and being hungry all the time, decided to give it a shot. And no, I didn't just jump right in. I went from 5 meals a day, protein shakes and snacks, to 4 to 3. I started taking macros from earlier in the day and putting them down later in the day, and rinsing and repeating, and until I was doing 3 meals a night in probably a 6-hour time period, maybe 8 hours, whatever it was, and then 2 meals, and then it just ended up being, I wonder if I could do this all in one big meal. It was kind of like a challenge, and kind of also like less dishes and all types of stuff, and it was really hard the first few times, but now I just enjoy it. My stomach stretches and snaps back. One big meal with over 600, 700, 800 grams of carbs. Yeah, I'm bloated in the morning. It usually quickly subsides. Sometimes I'm still a little bloated that night. I might be a little bit bloated right now. But it usually subsides, and if I'm bloated the next night, it usually goes away within a day or so. I'm not really crazy obsessed with bloat. Oh my god, I'll be bloated. I'm standing here without my shirt on. Huh? If you've seen my Instagram, you've seen me bloated, depleted, shredded. You see me all types of ways. I don't wear a shirt too often, which is why I'm in the kitchen with no shirt on. You're probably like, why is this guy in the kitchen with no shirt on? Why did he make an eating video with no shirt on? What does he think, he's the best looking guy in the world who just doesn't wear a shirt ever? No, I pretty much just don't wear a shirt ever. It's not like I took the shirt off for this video. I wear a shirt and tie to work, but other than that, at the supermarket and going out and whatever other public places that no shirt, no shoes, no service, I pretty much don't wear a shirt. I hate wearing shirts. It's just restrictive to me. You've seen me, if you've seen my Instagram, you see me train shirtless with this polar heart rate monitor on, and when I go cycling, my back's always to the sun, and I have the worst tan line on my back. This is the worst tan line for a guy. Maybe you know somebody with a worse tan line, but this is pretty fucking bad. I actually got this spray tan this past Friday. It's now Monday, and the girl, when she sprayed it, it looked a little bit better, and she's like, I think it's gonna take. She's like, you gotta give it 5-6 hours. It didn't take. I'm screwed. This thing has been going on for well over a year. Even throughout this winter, it didn't go. It got stronger because I went cycling on some weekends in the winter. I didn't wear a shirt. I still wore the polo strap, back to the sun in the winter. Tan line got stronger, and now it's the next summer, and things just strong as fuck. But what are you gonna do? I'm not ashamed of it. I just showed you guys. You're probably gonna see some stuff, some videos of the tan line. So get used to seeing the tan line, because no matter what I do, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get rid of it anytime soon, even if I do try again. What else? In regards to ideology or thoughts on fitness, nutrition, anything, I hear a lot of "they say." Well, when people talk about what I'm doing, well, they say you're supposed to eat small meals spread out throughout the day to spark your metabolism, or they say you should train like this. Usually, if it starts with "they say," there's usually some bullshit attached to it somewhere. They say is usually it's groupthink. It's like a bunch of people who are too lazy to think for themselves. And if you're saying "they say," you were probably too lazy to think for yourself, so you're just going with, everybody just got together. It's like, yeah, this sounds good, and it just becomes like one big group, and everybody's like, yeah, let's just take this and run with it, and then let's all repeat it, and we'll put "they say" in front of it, and they don't even know who says. Well, they say, they say you should do this, they say you should do that. So don't be lazy. Don't just go with the group. Think for yourself. I like to think for myself. I like to test things out for myself. Like I said, what you're gonna be hearing is about my testing, and the stuff that I've tested, I've really tested. It's not something I've tested for a day. It's like, if I'm telling you something works, it's because I've tested the shit out of it. So please, do your due diligence there. Also, things are counterintuitive. Like nobody would think intermittent fasting works. That's counterintuitive. When it comes to cycling, people buy bicycles. I see people all the time. They buy these upright bicycles with these cushy seats because you would assume that's what's good for your back when cycling. Sitting upright with a cushy seat, you would assume that's good for your back. And people tell me all the time, they'll be like, "Oh, I could never ride a bike like yours because the handlebars are lower than the seat, and your seat's hard." And they're like, "No, I have a bad back." And I'll say, "Well, who told you an upright bicycle would be good for your back, or that kind of seat would be good for you?" And they're like, "Well, I'm sitting upright." And they start to, part of that, you could tell part of them just started to question the purchase they made and what they're doing, and how their back has probably gotten worse if they've been doing a lot of cycling. Riding an upright bicycle for any extended period of time is actually horrible for your back. So what I'm saying is, anything you're going to spend some time and or money doing to alter your life in some way, do some research. Don't believe the first thing you read either, because if you're looking for something on the internet, you're pretty damn sure going to find it. So do some research, ask some questions from people you look at as experts, anybody. Just ask around, so you can make an educated decision on your own, rather than just saying, because this seems like this, I should just do this. Yeah, this seems like it would work. So what else? Also, anything you're gonna do, did I say anything you're gonna do, give it a real shot? I can't even remember. I'm kind of burnt out right now. If I said it, like if you were gonna try intermittent fasting, do it for a month. Anything you're gonna do in life, do it for at least a month. Don't do it for 2 days and quit. Or I did it for a week, or I did it for a week and a half, and you really didn't do it. Kind of took the weekend off and half-assed did it. If you're gonna do something, give it a real shot. Don't do it at all. Just don't do it. That's where those are the things that I do. These are my recommendations. These are the things I'm going to be talking about. Some of the things. There's going to be some other fun videos which don't have anything to do with what I just talked about. But just want you to know who I am, where I'm coming from. My next video is going to be on intermittent fasting and pooping. So stay tuned for that. Have a good one.